I guess this is kind of related to censorship. Ex-Twitter executives now say they forget key details of censoring the Post's Hunter Biden laptop scoop. That's not good. Washington, a trio of former bigwigs at Twitter told the House Oversight Committee on Wednesday they could not recall major facts about the decision to suppress the Post's bombshell October 2020 stories on Hunter Biden's laptop, though one claimed the decision was based in part on the social media giant's own echo chamber rather than the demands of federal law enforcement. Under questioning led by Jim Jordan, former Twitter general counsel James Baker, ex-head of trust and safety Yoel Roth, and former policy director for JJ Gaddy took turns deflecting allegations of collusion between the FBI and Twitter to censor the post. Oh, really? How are you going to explain that $3 million you got from the FBI? Simple question. Did you talk to the FBI about the Hunter Biden story? Jordan asked Baker point blank at one point. To the best of my recollection, I did not talk to the FBI about the Hunter Biden story before that day, replied Baker, referencing October 14th, 2020. Couldn't he look through his old emails? When the Post published the first of its world exclusive reports. Did you talk to them after? Jordan pressed, to which Baker said, I do not recall. Moments later, as Jordan pressed further, Baker seemed to contradict himself. Sitting here today, I don't recall speaking with the FBI at all about the Hunter Biden matter, the laptop. Then why did you answer the way that you did? Jordan asked rhetorically. Later in the hearing, Jordan pressed Baker again, this time over whether he had any conversations with the 51 former intelligence officials who implied that the laptop was Russian misinformation. Have you talked to any of those 51 prior to that letter being sent on the 19th of October 2020 or after? Jordan asked. James Comer, not a bad looking older guy. Kind of a silver fox. All right, all right. Stay focused, Chrissy. Sir, I can't remember who was on that group, answered Baker, kicking off a tortuous back and forth. Clapper, wait, James Clapper, John Brennan, Michael Morrell, Jordan offered. I've talked to those people during the course of my career. Yes, Baker replied. Jordan pressed, have you talked to them in your time at Twitter? But Baker said, I can't remember who's on that list, so I'm afraid. Oh, he's got a vino shower gel in here. Oh, that's Hunter. Hunter uses Aveeno. This is a bad look for Aveeno. Aveeno better disavow immediately. How about the three I just mentioned? Jordan followed up. Did you talk with Mr. Clapper, Mr. Brennan, or anyone else that he knows who signed that letter? Finally, Baker said, I don't recall discussing that publication they did about the Hunter Biden laptop with any of those people. Roth also claimed to have forgotten the exact contents of 10 documents sent to him and another Twitter executive by San Francisco FBI agent Elvis Chan via a special transmission platform called Teleporter on the night of October 13th, 2020, hours before the first laptop story was published. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, are you going to remember every single, I don't know. It looks bad. Mmm. Nitro cold brew. I want to make cold brew at home. That's delicious. Yeah. Let's remind everybody the FBI paid Twitter $3.5 million from October 2019 to February 2021 to process its moderation requests, according to documents received by Elon Musk. Paid to censor people. Twitter didn't give me access to my laptop before the hearing, but Special Agent Chan has said publicly, and the FBI has confirmed that those documents did not relate to Hunter Biden, and that's my recollection, insisted Roth, who resigned his position in November of last year. Kelly Armstrong expressed incredulity at the lapses in memory, saying it didn't pass the smell test for the former executives to claim not to recall any conversations with the FBI before censoring the post. You're talking to these people for weeks and months, years prior to this leaking. They have specifically told you in October that there's going to be a leak potentially involving Hunter Biden's laptop that legitimately and literally prophesies what happened, and you didn't contact any of them, Armstrong scoffed. No, I did not. No, sir, I did not, Roth said. Ms. Gaddy, did you talk to anyone from the FBI? Armstrong turned. Not to the best of my recollections, he said. Scott Perry told Roth that it seems highly coincidental, knowing that the FBI had the laptop, that the authorities would warn Twitter about a potential release of hacked documents before the election. Yeah, they were like sucking their D. They were like totally on board with everything they were telling them. It seems like they just didn't question it, any of it. There is a coincidence here, and I really can't speak about how it came about, Roth said. Eric Burleson said the fact that the FBI had the Hunter Biden laptop, heck, it was in their possession for a year before the election, is appalling. Yes, they were obviously hiding it. They held on to it for like a whole year and didn't do shit. Deflections were pervasive during attempted questioning with Baker, in one instance invoking attorney client privilege while refusing to answer Jordan's query about his involvement in content suppression in a proper way. Deflections were pervasive during attempted questioning with Baker, in one instance invoking attorney client privilege while refusing to answer Jordan's query about his involvement in content suppression in a proper way, a reference to his specific phrasing earlier in the hearing. Unfortunately, sir, I think I'm constrained from answering that question any more fully than in my testimony because of attorney client privilege, Baker said, despite Twitter's corporate stance currently being in favor of transparency on such decisions. Internal emails revealed late last year uh, reveal. Oh, why would they say reveal again? That after the Post published its first laptop scoop, Roth seemed reluctant to take any action to censor the initial laptop reporting, writing that the Post story isn't clearly violative. I freaking hate this word. I never know how to say, like, my brain wants to say violative, but I know it's violative of our hacked materials policy, nor is it clearly in violation of anything else. Baker pushed back hard, insisting there were some facts that indicate the materials may have been hacked, and claiming, I've seen some reliable cybersecurity folks question the authenticity of the emails in another way, i.e., that there is no metadata pertaining to them that has been released, and the formatting looks like they could be complete fabrications. Oh, so they just said a bunch of words, like technical computer words, to kind of intimidate you to not looking into it further. Got it. Despite Baker's claim, the Post published a picture of a computer store receipt signed by Hunter Biden in the FBI subpoena for the laptop in 2019. By that point, the computer had been in the Bureau's possession for 10 months. By 10:12 a.m., just over 5 hours after the article was published, Roth sent an internal email saying that a consensus from experts monitoring election security and disinformation found the piece looks a lot like a hack and leak, and recommended attaching a warning to the article as it was shared on Twitter. That afternoon, Baker, a former FBI general counsel who was investigated twice while at the Bureau for leaking information to reporters, arranged a call with FBI lawyer Matthew Perry. Andy Biggs seized on that exchange, asking Roth if you can name for me today any of the experts that seem to have a consensus at 10:12 a.m. on the morning of October 14th. Oh, this doesn't look like fun. Twitter did not give me access to any of my documents or emails to prepare for this hearing, Roth answered. And so, unfortunately, I can't give you a direct answer. Biggs was not satisfied, asking Roth, were there experts? Were there people that you consulted that were cybersecurity experts between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. on that day? My recollection is that we were following discussions about this incident as they unfolded on Twitter, Roth answered. So cybersecurity experts were tweeting about this incident and sharing their perspectives, and that informs some of Twitter's judgment here. Gaddy, who received a 12.5 million severance package when she was fired by new Twitter CEO Elon Musk. Damn. So she's set for life now. Claimed to lawmakers that the Post's reporting was censored in a large part because photos from Hunter's laptop looked like they may have been obtained through hacking. Uh, yeah, but if it's CP, does it really matter if it was obtained through hacking or not? I don't know. That's tricky. Doesn't sound good. Do you think Yoel Roth is like flipping through Grinder during this whole thing? Probably. In 2018, we had developed a policy intended to prevent Twitter from becoming a dumping ground for hacked materials, she said before adding, it became clear that Twitter had not fully appreciated the impact of that policy on free press and others. In hindsight, Twitter should have reinstated the Post account immediately, Gaddy went on before admitting that the Hunter Biden never claimed to the company that the laptop was hacked rather than legally provided to the Post. Wow, Hunter Biden never claimed to Twitter that the company was hacked rather than legally provided to the Post. Wow. So they had absolutely no reason to think anything was hacked. Liars. Roth added that Twitter made a mistake by blocking the Post's reporting and locking the newspaper out of its accounts. Republicans on the committee were not satisfied with that explanation, with Representative Nancy Mace calling Twitter basically a subsidiary of the FBI. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Oh, JJ. But JJ, you got millions of dollars. Why can't you get a little Botox on this forehead? Oh, there's Hunter again. They're just showing the photos that can be shown in an article. I think you guys got played, Jordan told Roth. I think you guys wanted the story to be taken down. I think you meet with these guys every week. We know that's been established in the Twitter files. You had weekly meetings with Mr. Chan in the run up to the election. They send you all kinds of emails. They send you documents on the super secret James Bond teleporter. You get information on that. I think you guys wanted to take it down. I think you guys got played by the FBI, and that's the scary part. Woo! Yeah. Okay, hold on. Looking at the chat, making sure I'm not missing anything. You got played. Democrats played defense at the hearing and tried to redirect discussion to focus instead on Twitter, not doing more to restrict speech ahead of the January 6th, 2021 Capitol riot. Oh, remember that? That was a fun day. This is a real issue, unlike something that happened a couple of years ago for 24 hours that has already disappeared in the sands of time, but that is facing us today, said Ranking Member Jamie Raskin. I was skeptical about revisiting the whole New York Post thing, where they have already been congressional hearings and they've already apologized for their little lapse. But January 6th is a serious issue. Is it? I mean, it's serious how people have been treated just for wandering into the Capitol building. Later in the hearing, Raskin dismissed what he called a wild cyber goose chase that failed to turn up any evidence that the government or the Biden campaign pressured Twitter to censor the story. Uh, AOC even claimed that the laptop was half fake. Really? How do you make half of a fake laptop? She did not provide any examples of forged content. At one point, the electricity suddenly went out in the hearing room, plunging lawmakers, witnesses, and spectators into total darkness and forcing staffers to open windows drapes to let in some light. The bizarre interruption forced a 1 hour recess, prolonging the hearing. It was God. It was an act of God. Before and after the lights went out, the committee chased key breadcrumbs left by Musk's internal disclosures after he took over the platform in October, including that the FBI paid Twitter $3.5 million. This is probably the most juicy bit from the Twitter files is the fact that the FBI paid Twitter $3.5 million from October 2019 to February 2021 to process its moderation requests. Do I think that's a valuable use of the FBI's time? Ross said under questioning from Jordan. No, but I don't see in a request for review a problem under the First Amendment. Well, I sure do, Jordan answered. The Post's first laptop article revealed that Vadim Posharski. Oh my God, the Polish names. I can't. An executive at the Ukrainian energy company Burisma emailed Hunter in 2015 to thank him for the opportunity to meet your father, contradicting Joe Biden's September 2019 claim that he'd never spoken with his son about his overseas business dealings. Liars! And his August 2019 claim that I have never discussed with my son or my brother or anyone else anything having to do with business. Also a lie. Hunter earned up to $1 million per year to serve on the Burisma board from 2014 to 2019, beginning when his father was put in charge of the Obama administration's Ukraine policy. Nepotism. A second October 2020 bombshell from the Post described Joe Biden's alleged role in the Hunter Biden and his uncle Jim Biden's business venture with the company CEFC China Energy, which was reputed to be part of Beijing's Belt and Road foreign influence campaign. I think that the Beijing Belt and Road foreign influence campaign had something to do, like China would go to like a shittier country and be like, "Hey, we'll, build your roads," and then just kind of like hang it over the country's head forever, being like, "Yeah, you owe us, you're in debt to us." And then basically like own that road. Like, I'm not explaining it well, but it's kind of a shitty situation. A May 13, 2017 email from the laptop said the big guy would get 10% of the deal. Former Hunter Biden business partner Tony Bobulinski alleges that he discussed the CEFC partnership with Joe Biden in May 2017. And though Bobulinski and another former Hunter Biden partner, James Gilliar, identified Joe Biden as the big guy. Do you think this is about penis size? I hope not. Hunter and James Biden earned 4.8 million from the CEFC China Energy in 2017 and 2018, according to the Washington Post's later review of the Hunter Biden laptop documents. And an October 2017 email identifies Joe Biden as a participant in a call about CEFC's attempt to purchase U.S. national natural gas. Sounds pretty involved to me. Let's go to the comments. Someone at the hearing needs to ask James, I know nothing Baker, how he conveniently arrived at Twitter 6 months prior to the election and what special talents he, an ex FBI agent, brought to a company in the social media industry, an industry for which Baker had no experience. Or maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe the question should be why Twitter needed the talents of an ex FBI agent. Was it possibly to manage Twitter's growing relationship with the FBI? Sounds like a good question. Sounds like Twitter was simping for the FBI or like wanted to get in cozy with them. What kind of a last name is this? Sakamanow. I feel like this is a made up last name. He was working under Gotti, so she needs to be asked why she hired him. In my opinion, he was placed there by the deep state to protect Joe Biden. Even after Gotti was fired by Musk, Baker still suppressed stories until Musk found out and fired him. Yes, excellent point. He was still lurking. He was still hiding behind a snake plant, being like, "Oh, nothing to see here. I'm just a regular Twitter employee." You forgot to include the other 80 ex FBI employees working at Twitter. Damn. Interesting. Same as a person with no energy experience could get a $55,000 a month in an energy company. That is a reference to Hunter. I don't know which of you guys are susceptible to reality, but you will find ex FBI agents in every security role for every company and every high net worth individual in the US and around the world, regardless of politics, because they are the best trained and best educated law enforcement in the US. They pass background checks. Actually, it's retired FBI agents that generally do SSBI, single scope background investigation for security clearances. They are extremely competent and reliable. They know people in law enforcement and how to interact with law enforcement. In other words, they are the best of the best, and any of them can get a nice security or intelligence job post FBI, and many do. The only thing that wouldn't be normal is if, yeah, but it's very sus that Baker started working there so close to the election, like literally 6 months before the election. It just seems sussy. YouTube has a tough decision to make. This hearing is certain to cover material that YouTube has banned as misinformation. Will they even allow the hearing to be shown on YouTube or will they censor it? Great point. They cannot possibly ban a congressional public hearing. If they do, Section 230 should be revoked immediately and these social media sites crash and burn into an oblivion of lawsuits. Please, these billionaires know they are bigger than the law or the general public. Ain't that the truth? Social media banning a sitting US president. Yup. They wanted to do that. They took great joy. Yol, Vijay, they all took great joy in banning Trump. These people don't know what a mistake it is. This was deliberate election helping. You don't get to wash it away by saying it was a mistake. They knew what they were doing was wrong, and the internal memos and messages prove it. Despicable. Wowie wow, it's a big cover up. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Come and get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.